focus. Ideate, innovate, enable.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Luxury of Poverty. I'm your host A.B. Ravi. This series is all about bringing to you stories that give you hope and confidence that you too can become a successful entrepreneur. In fact, my guest Dr. A. Velumani, founder of Thyrocare Technologies, is a shining example of that. He has made it big in the world of business the hard way. And so as a commentator, he brings to table his real-life experiences while decoding the success mantras of entrepreneurs featured in this series. And it is this unmistakable entrepreneur's perspective that makes the episode even more interesting. Now let me turn my focus to the hero of this week's episode. He is H.R. Gaikwad, the man who built BVG India. Right from his school days, Gaikwad seems to have been greatly influenced by the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. So he decided to do something about it in his own way and contribute to country's progress. Thus, some 2 decades ago, he set up BVG India to take care of housekeeping and maintenance management of companies and institutions across the country. Well, it is money proposition, but it was not the lure of money and profit that inspired him to set up the facility management business. The purpose was to provide jobs to youth from his village so that they could earn and live with dignity. Today, BVG India employs over 65,000 youths who have no formal education. Take a look at BVG India's story.
What does Rashtrapati Bhavan, Indian Railways, the Supreme Court of India, AIIMS and the Bombay Stock Exchange have in common? Well, these iconic landmark buildings are kept spic and span by the Pune-based Bharat Group, better known as BVG India. Besides keeping India's most popular and powerful corridors clean and dust-free, BVG India provides housekeeping and maintenance services to over 750 clients across the length and breadth of the country. These companies, spread over 800 locations across 22 states, are serviced 24/7 by an army of 65,000 employees. The company is the brainchild of the 44-year-old H.R. Gaikwad. And in many ways, it is a pioneer of mechanized housekeeping in the country. Thanks to its heavy investment in technology, BVG India has been able to clean 100+ trains every day to provide facilities management to Asia's largest emergency police services and India's largest emergency medical services. BVG India, which was the first company in India to invest in street sweeping trucks, has invested over 200 crore rupees in cleaning equipment. This investment in technology has made the company's operations cost competitive versus conventional manual operations, helping it to save costs by around 10 to 20% besides delivering a consistently high level of quality services. This in turn has helped the company retain 95% of its clientele. And that shows. BVG India has emerged as the country's largest integrated services provider, notching a turnover of 1,400 crore rupees in FY 2016. So how did the company come into being? Founder Hanmant Gaikwad was born into a farmer's family in Rahimatpur village, Satara district in Maharashtra. It was a tough childhood. While studying in the 6th standard, the family shifted to Pune. Here, he would cycle 21 kilometers to school as the family could not afford the bus fare of 1 rupee. His father was ailing and the little savings the family had was spent on his medical care. In 1990, his father passed away. There was no money to pay Hanmant's final year fees. His mother, who was earning a paltry salary of 2,300 per month, took the bold step of taking a 15,000 rupee loan from the Pune Municipal Cooperative Bank and got him admitted for a degree course in the Vishwakarma Institute of Technology. While studying, Hanmant earned money by giving tuitions and doing odd jobs like painting houses. He was greatly influenced by Swami Vivekananda's teachings, and he literally followed that path. Thus, in 1993, to help the needy and poor students from his village, he set up a non-profit society, Bharat Vikas Pratishthan. Soon after his graduation in 1995, he landed a job as a trainee engineer at Tata Motors. It was while at Tata Motors, his non-profit society Bharat Vikas Pratishtan started helping rural youth get jobs and livelihoods. Then came the biggest turning point of his life. Tata Motors was looking for a housekeeping contractor for its new Indica plant. Sensing a great opportunity, Gaikwad convinced the management to give him the contract. They readily agreed. Thus, BPP won its first contract in 1997 with just 8 employees. In a short span of 3 years, the BPP employee base grew to 300 with Tata Motors as its only client. After 5 years of working for Tata Motors, in the year 2000, Gaikwad called it a day and converted the foundation into a deemed limited company. He rechristened it BVG India, and after that there was no looking back. As the business expanded rapidly, from housekeeping to handling of municipal solid waste to running emergency medical services, BVG India has become a force to reckon with in facility management. But Gaikwad is not resting on his laurels. He has set his sights even higher.
Take up idea which is helpful for masses. Have a good team. Divide the responsibilities within the team. And then give them freedom and authority. Have checks and balances also to monitor them. And then toot pado. Chalte jao, ladte jao. That's the way you can grow.
Dr. Velimani, welcome to the show. Your first impression on HR Gaikwad, looking at this, the way he has built the company.
I think he puts it rightly. You must identify right kind of resources, make teams out of them, give them responsibilities, delegate powers, and keep monitoring. I think that's how every big organizations are built. I have a reason to believe that his village, his family, his background, his poverty had made him to think employing youth, especially from villages. I think his resources are not from cities.
Yeah, true.
They are from interior Maharashtra. And they want a livelihood, give them a job. Don't call them as HK staff, call them as operating some machines. Yeah. They actually clean, but I think they will be very happy to call themselves as professionally cleaning agency. I think it is all the scale. He has not picked up small establishments. Each of the establishment he is probably serving with 10,000+ employees. So 65,000 employees and such a big illustrious institutions in the list, I think all because probably he knew there is a gap and he must fit in his talents to get people employed there.
Well, you could call HR Gaikwad a social entrepreneur. He's helping the country's jobless youth with no formal education earn a decent living, that too with dignity. On that note, we need to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at how BVG India came into being. Stay tuned. Welcome back. What's inspiring about Mr. Gaikwad is that after working for 3 years at Tata Motors, he called it quits to pursue his idea of making India progressive in his own way. He seems to have mixed business with social cause. Let's listen into HR Gaikwad to find out how BVG India came into being, even though he had no business background.
Basically, in college days only, that entrepreneurship came to support education. Support. So I started taking painting contracts, diploma classes and all that. And after joining Tata Motors, I was getting around 8,000 salary per month, around 1 lakh rupee a year. And I was finally placed in purchase. And there was huge wiring harness stock was lying. And when that wiring harness stock was there, I decided to convert it and reuse it. So I saved around 2.5 crore of the company when I was getting 1 lakh salary per year. That made me that our top management one day called me. Our Vainath was the vice president at that time. He called me one day and asked me that, "Beta, bahut acha kaam karte ho. What do you expect from the company?" So that was, until that time, my Satara side, my native place Rahmatpur, those side people, young boys started approaching me. 7th pass, 10th fail, sir kuch kaam de do, give us some help and give us some job opportunities. So when that opportunity stuck to me with Vainath Sahab that what you want from the company, I said, sir, my village boys are coming to me with great expectation and help them to give some job. He asked me what job they can do. I said, sir, give them helper job. So he told me that there is no helper job available, but we have housekeeping contract. Contractor is there. We want housekeeping contractor for our Indica plant. So can they do housekeeping? I said yes, and that's the way. 22nd May 1997, exactly 20 years back, we started as a, in the name of Bharat Vikas Pratishthan, as a society and trust, we started as a housekeeping contractor in Tata Motors, Pune.
Dr. Velumani, 2 or 3 things come to my mind. First is he wanted to help boys from his village. Second, he had this idea of progressive India. And third, when the manager told him there is a housekeeping contract going, it struck to him that he should do a business. So what do you make of this man?
Obviously, his mind is keen to help the needy. The job for a poor man is everything. I think very rarely people will connect people with jobs.
Yeah.
You know, jobs are many places vacant and many times people are not employed. So his mind was always looking at opportunities around, and then he connected with some people of his village for each position or each opportunity. So I think that's perfectly in place for him to think of doing a business that involves boys. Involves boys who are not engineers, graduates, not even HSC, even below 10th standard. That's a very ideal age group, and just 10th pass, he doesn't have any ambition other than getting a job in hand and doing whatever job given. So he has identified where he wants to serve, and he must be seeing in different companies a lot of gaps are there.
Yeah.
I think no one in an organized institution would love to do that job of cleaning floor, cleaning toilets, and cleaning. This word is not liked by many. So then there is an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's where he has converted that into a huge business.
Well, what started as an initiative to help the needy has transformed into a successful business operation with presence in 22 states. In fact, it is quite commendable that India's rich, famous and powerful are his client. So how did a small town boy back such prestigious assignment? Let's hear him.
See, basically, when I left Tata Motors job in 2001, I decided to go out of Pune. So first we went to Hyderabad, Bangalore, and we got GE Power contract with 8 people. Then we got Himmat Singh Ka Seede, then we got Parle Biscuits, then we got a couple of other contracts in Bangalore. Then 2002, we started our operations in Chennai and Hyderabad. And 2003, this Parliament Library building was erected, and K. Srinivasan was chief engineer at that time. So he used to call these equipment supplier people that I want to make this building spic-and-span with less manpower, good with machines and all that. So he was asking people that these equipment supplier companies that suggest me name of good contractor, and somebody suggested BVG name at that time to him. So I went and met him. He told me that, look, I am not going to give you directly. It will be through tender process, but I will float a tender for 6 months only because of after a lot of difficulties. After 2001 the attack on Parliament, we got a lot of difficulties. We got permission of security clearances, and he floated tender for 6 months. And I was damn sure about quality and my teamwork. Entire credit goes to team, so I was sure that team will do good job. And that's how we got this Parliament House library building. We did very well job. Then next year we got Parliament House building. That also we did very well. Then we got Prime Minister's house, then Prime Minister's office, then Rashtrapati Bhavan. Same growth happened with other private customers also.
Looks like there's no stopping Mr. Gaikwad. From Pune he moved to Bangalore, from Bangalore to Mumbai, Mumbai to Delhi, and so on and so forth. He has passion for growth. So how do you view his passion for growth?
No, once you know the formula, you know, each of them are units.
Yeah.
Every man must be leading 300 to 400 people.
Yeah.
So he sees that as an unit, and number of units he must be very keen to add on, And size gives him a lot of benefits, of course some pains also.
Yeah.
Size will always come with pains, but then a lot of benefits. I have a reason to believe the country has been looking for solutions for each and every establishment from outside agencies as far as floor cleaning is concerned. He has understood that that's a huge business, and let us take people, train them and organize them and put into that task. There must be a 5% to 15% of the total turnover as profit, but that itself forces him to scale up.
Well, as management expert would say, Gaikwad stuck to knitting, and that's his strength. On that note, it's time for another short commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at what made this growth possible. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It is quite commendable that Gaikwad has managed to change the perception of the public on the way they looked at sweepers and those doing menial jobs. His investment in technology saw people looking at housekeeping with a new lens. Let's find out how technology has helped the company grow.
See, basically, at that time we started using mechanization, high pressure jet machine, water, equipments, use of technology to serve better. We bought truck-mounted ride-on sweeping machines. See, typically to clean 1 kilometer road, you need around 10 people. And still, typical tendency of people that after they start work, after some time they relax. So they will work for initial 2 hours. After that they relax. So equipment doesn't do that way. Equipment works consistently. So we have got now truck-mounted machines. It requires investments, but we have now banks with us who helps us a lot. And we took loans and we bought equipments and then innovated. Then in hospital cleaning, we are doing sterilization. We say that other people are doing cleaning and we do hygienic cleaning. We have now established a brand for hygienic cleaning. Max Hospital chain, AIIMS, then so many hospitals we do with hygienic cleaning, bacteria and virus free environment. Because most of the people in India, 15 to 20% people in hospital, when they go to hospital with different disease. And they die because of some different things, because of hospital acquired infections. So we are now making sure that there should not be minimal infection and cleaning should be hygiene. So that we started. So there also we are using herbal nanotechnology. Herbal nanotechnology for cleaning. This is the first time in India we are doing this kind of thing. So you disinfect all types of viruses and bacteria.
So clearly, he is embracing technology to build efficiency. Is that what is keeping the head of curve among his into this competitor?
I think he has understood his business is cleanliness.
Yeah.
I think the floor cleanliness was what he focused on. Then he has understood hospital cleanliness, because that's a bit different from the floor cleanliness. You need to have disinfectant applied intelligently. He's talking about nanotechnologies, which means he is very intelligent to understand cleanliness, that too in a hospital, that too in an ambulance, what kind of things work. Amazed to see that he is into so many emergency solutions, that too in such a mega scale. It is not that he is focused. His focus still remains cleanliness. But various segments of cleanliness he has been handling. Road cleaning is very different from that of cleaning the Rashtrapati Bhavan. I think he has understood, आदमी झुकने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. So he has invested on lot of gadgets and machines which are helping them to do that work. If that work otherwise is so tedious, the man will not stick to the job, he will leave and run. So he is facilitating him to conduct his job, using a lot of investment into gadgets and technologies.
Well, BVG India has emerged as the country's largest integrated services company. But HR Gaikwad is restless. He's chalked up ambitious growth plan. Let's listen into him.
5 years down the line will be at least employing 2 lakh people. At least 2 lakh people. And will be 3 times what we are today. BVG stands for Bharat Vikas Group. And all these things, I think that whatever businesses we do, that Vivekananda's one sentence is there, that take up one idea, make that idea your life. I have taken one idea of Bharat Vikas in 1991, and all businesses what I do around that idea, helping people, moving them to upper. Somebody is earning 1 lakh per year, he should earn 2 lakhs per year, 3 lakhs per year, and that's the vision I am working.
So very ambitious, going to employ 2 lakh people. So that is, he's going to grow 3x in 5 years' time. Seems very optimistic. Is it doable?
Of course, there are companies who do 10x in 5 years period also. So I wouldn't call that as very ambitious, but he has reached a size. After reaching a size, making a 3x is a challenge. But he has done it for the last few years. Reaching here says he can very well do that. Scaling up is in India very much possible because you don't have a paucity of human resources, and his business is fully human resources dependent business.
Looking at HR Gaikwad, what is the lesson budding entrepreneurs can take from him?
Dream, team, and steam. Okay. One must have a dream, and he should have a team with steam. That means he has got all the three in place. Every budding entrepreneur must have these three words: a dream, a team with steam.
Okay, very well put. Well, we all grew up reading cleanliness is next to godliness, but HR Gaikwad, who come from a small town, literally applied that proverb in his life and made a successful business out of it. What particularly appealed to me is his idea of helping people from his village earn a decent living. That selfless quality is admirable. All I can say is may his tribe increase. On that note, it is time to say goodbye. See you next week with another interesting episode. Till then, keep watching CNBC TV 18.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.